How many of you are first generation college students? Okay, so quite a few of you. So, like, what inspired you guys to go to school?
I mean, not only my major, but my parents, they didn't really finish, so I felt like I needed to do it for them.
Yes. So these are my parents. I'm also a first generation college student. So my dad didn't graduate high school, and my mom, as well as all of my sisters, stopped at high school diploma. So, in my family, all the men are mechanics because we have a car shop in my family. So they all kind of work on cars, and then all the women in my family work at insurance agencies because I'm from Des Moines. All the big business insurance agencies are out of Des Moines. So everybody in my family goes for one of those two routes pretty much. And something they all have in common is that they all complain about how much they hate their careers and how much they hate their jobs. But it was really easy for me to just kind of settle into that path and think like, oh, I could just easily be like working at an insurance company one day because it's simple enough, and I don't know, it's just a path that was already kind of laid out for me. So my senior year of high school, one of my teachers convinced me to take an AP class, and it really changed my perspective in a lot of ways, and it's part of the reason that I'm here today. So today I'm going to tell you guys about this AP class that I took in high school, how it changed my perspective, and that if I can do it, you can do something similar. So, when I was in high school, I was running both cross country and track, and I was a gymnast, so that took up pretty much all of my after school hours and most of my focus at the same time. And I never really cared that much about academics, and my parents were never worried about my grades. They were never on me about my grades. So it was really easy for me to fall behind because nobody was really holding me accountable. And my junior year, I took a psychology class with a teacher who was determined to make every single student in the class get an A. He was like really adamant that every student was going to get an A in this class. So he was an ex-Marine, and he told us that we had no excuse to fail his class. We didn't have any homework outside of class, and during the class he focused on teaching us ways to study that would help us for other classes too. And I ended up getting an A, and he asked me, as well as like 5 other students from the class, to take the AP psychology class the following semester, the next fall. And we were all kind of hesitant about it because I was like, well, I don't want to go to college anyways, and I didn't take any hard classes like that before, so I was like, well, I'm probably not going to pass. I just don't really want to do it. And he just kind of convinced us to do it anyways because we didn't really have anything to lose. So I was like, fine, I'll take it. And I decided to put in just a little bit extra effort, and I studied about an hour a week for the class. And I was like, I'm not doing any more than that. That's all I'll give you. And he worked with us really well, and he just helped us a lot. And I ended up getting a 5 on the exam, which is like the highest AP score you can get. So I was like really surprised at the end of the semester. I was like, wow, like I didn't think I could be like that kind of student. I didn't think I could take harder classes like that. And so how it changed my perspective. At the end of the semester, our teacher told us that we were part of his experiment to prove that like any student can succeed if they just put in the effort. And before taking the class, I never really considered going to college or taking any other kind of difficult class, but I thought you had to be like super smart or talented to take those kind of classes, but I'm not special or anything. Like, I think anybody can take that class and get a 5. It's just about putting in the effort. And for me, it was like having a teacher that believed in me more than I believed in myself at the time. And from that, I decided to continue my education and apply the skills that I had learned from the class. So if I can do it, you can do it. I have a new roommate this semester who is a nursing major, and this counselor told her that she had to take Chem 19, which is the organic chemistry class, which is probably one of the hardest classes you can take at SMC. And she was really nervous about it, and she's had these ongoing health issues for a while now, and I don't know, it was just really hard for her. She didn't have any background in chemistry at all. So we just kept encouraging her to stick in the class, and she just wanted to drop, but she ended up taking it anyways, and we're at the end of the semester now. She has an A, even though she signed up for pass-fail, because she really didn't think she was going to pass it. And she just put in a lot of time and effort, and she's doing really well in it, and it just turns out she went back to the counselor and found out that she could have taken the easier class and not taken Chem 19 at all. But now it's probably going to look better on her transcript that she took the harder class and got an A. So every semester I try to take one class at least that's outside of my comfort zone. For this year, it's definitely this class. I don't like speaking, so I just recommend that you guys try to do the same. Try to take classes that are outside of your comfort zone, because it teaches you like what you're good at and where you have room to improve. So I would be lying if I said that this was the easiest path for me. I've had to make sacrifices, and there's been like a lot of bumps along the road to get here. And I know that I can always move back to Des Moines and like work at an insurance agency if I want to, but like being here, I have a lot more opportunities. And at this point in the semester, I'm sure we're all feeling kind of like drained and unmotivated. And it's important to keep in mind that all of this stress is only temporary, and that all of your hard work will pay off. So sometimes we have to take risks and try new things that are outside of our comfort zones. And today I told you guys about my AP exam, my AP psychology story, how it changed my perspective, and that if I can do it, you can do it too. So I want to leave you guys with this quote from Vince Lombardi. It says, "The price of success is hard work, dedication to the job at hand, and the determination that whether we win or lose, we have applied the best of ourselves to the task at hand."